Hello, everybody. Welcome to another great day of SSL Soccer. My name is Zenless. I'm joined today by...
It's-a me, Valerie Valpix.
So we're here for the second leg of the Cup semifinals. We talked about it earlier in the week. It's two Division 1 teams versus two Division 2 teams. And at the moment, both of those Division 1 teams have a one-goal advantage and are also home today.
Yeah, but we've seen weirder things in this cup already. We saw, I think it was Reykjavik was down 2-0 after their home leg, and then, of course, they poured it on against Hollywood. So don't count these D2 teams out yet. They got that going on.
We have seen weirder things from Reykjavik. So,
but they are not going to be our first team on the schedule, are they?
They are not. We have Tokyo versus Paris. Like I said, Tokyo up 1-0 in the aggregate. That's 4-3-3.
4-3-3 and 4-3-3, so a mirror matchup.
Oh boy!
We will see what this does. Tokyo, of course, also in the hunt for the league in Division 1.
And we are off and running. As you have Britsky going over looking for Cortez, but shoots just a little too far. Now be taken by Rupp. And just like that, this game has begun.
Yeah, also worth noting, like, Tokyo had some trouble in the last round finishing off Montreal. Like, yeah, they still won, but the second leg was a draw.
Right.
And it like they were creating a lot, but it didn't really feel like they were, you know, they were letting them hang around.
Right. Speaking of, we're just kind of passing back and forth. Oh, wait, we made a little forward progress. Here we go to Rupp to Asagi, over to Nessie. Nessie takes it to the edge of the box, goes back to Asagi. Ooh, that's a big push, but nothing called. A shot saved by Barfoot. My goodness.
Yeah, ref choosing to let them play there. And Barfoot makes the stop.
So now Paris holding on to the ball. We're going over to Horvath. Over to Jones. Here's Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos fires and scores! And it's 1-0 Paris. And now 1-1 in the aggregate.
Yeah, Leonidas Papadopoulos. That's the last guy you want to see with the ball at his feet. Good ball in from Jones. Gets through the center backs. Dobby Rube comes out. No chance there. And we are back on level terms.
Okay,
as it stands, we would go to penalties and extra time. Well, extra time and then penalties.
I know we're 110 minutes away, but penalties? Let's go. I'm hyped. Tokyo, don't you immediately ruin this for me. You're going to immediately ruin this for me. Oh my god, saved by Barfoot. Go over to Cortez to Jones. Back over to Horvath. And just intercepted by Kaido. Up to Hayden. Saved again by Barfoot, who is standing on his head to make sure that this stays 1-1. As here's Nessie on the corner. That's going to be
Barfoot's going to need to be big today. Barfoot's going to have to be big today in any cup competition when you're facing the favorite, one of the favorites as an underdog. You need your keeper to step up big.
Yeah. Here's Kaido going back to Soderberg. Dancing around the edge of the box. We go to Miko Rashford. Over to Kaido to Soderberg. Back to Rashford, being marked very closely by Bull. And we go to Rise again. It's fired, but no. It's a bit too narrow.
Yeah, Tokyo are getting, some decent half chances, but so far not quite able to find the back of the net. Paris has, as soon as I was about to say, they haven't had a shot since they got the goal. Well, they got a shot.
There's Rise taking it past midfield, but intercepted by Snooks over the Horvath to Jones. Over to Touchette. To Nessie going up the line to Asagi. Asagi to Rise. Rise takes in the box. Tripped up by Zanetti. No foul called. Fired by Soderberg into the crowd. And now we're here in the 31st minute. We go back to Rise. Zanetti goes for the slide, but no. Nessie taking it back towards that back line. Kicked out by Horvat. We'll see a corner here. So it's Nessie taking the corner, headed away. Picked up by Kaido. But Cortez deflects the pass and Ruppel just running out of bounds. Picking back up in the 34th minute now. Soderberg going forward to Asagi. Good sliding challenge by Snooks. Kaido goes for it, but into the crowd it goes. We are not getting a minute to breathe.
Yeah, it feels a lot like that Montreal second leg so far, in that Tokyo's creating, but their end product just hasn't really been there. And here's got Papadopoulos. Way too much
fires! Oh my god!
That would have been the individual goal of the gods there.
Right. Here's Brisky. Handed away by Soderberg. Intercepted by Rashford over to Soderberg. Going deep, looking for Hayden. Finds Hayden over to Rashford. Finds Skyrise. In by himself. Saved by Barflick. Cleared out by Snooks. Kept in bounds. Now here's Cortez on the other side of the field. And we go over to Rupp to Kaido. Kaido going deep for Rise. Rise being blocked by Zanetti. Over to Nessie. And now we've kind of slowed down for a second as Rashford takes us across the midfield mark. Over to Soderberg. Whew. Soderberg to Kaido, and that's row A.
I feel like that's like the 5th shot from Kaido from basically the same spot that's just gone soaring into the stands.
That's just hit the Canadian row. Hey, that's your joke. Don't give me the deadpan ha. That's your joke.
Yeah, I'm well aware it's my joke.
We have Asagi
filing
still
for copyright.
Gimmick infringement over the Rashford to Rupp. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cortez over to Brisky. Nope. This has been an action-packed first half. The most action-packed 1-0 first half I've seen in some time. Rupp was looking for Hayden, but no, headed away by Washburn.
Yeah, ironically, it's mostly been the team down.
Yeah. Washburn over to Alistair. Rise back kicks it over to Asagi. Still looking for Rise again, but it's intercepted. They go over to Asagi, to Soderberg. Soderberg goes forward for Rupp in the box, fires, and it's saved again by Barfoot. We hit the half, and by all means, we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, Bori Barfoot again. Yep.
Woo.
Yeah. And it's ironically been the team that is up 1-0 that has probably not been the better team so far. Tokyo, you look at those stats, aside from possession, which is basically 50-50, Tokyo's had the edge basically everywhere. But AS Puri have, they finished their one chance. They've had a couple other chances that weren't that far off. And now, we're level on aggregate. We got 45 minutes to break this bad boy. And perhaps more.
Penalties.
I know how badly you want them.
Penalties.
I don't know if we're gonna get them. This would require AS Puri defending like demons for 75 minutes.
So we are off and running in the second half. Looks like we had no substitutions as we go forward from Messi to Rise. Yeah. Oh. had a little bit of a scuffle there, and then just like nothing came of it. Here's Kaido finding Nessie on the edge of the box. Going back to Asagi, over to Nessie again. Soderberg, no. Nothing doing there. Rupp to Soderberg. Is that going to be out of bounds? All right, 50th minute.
And feels like the second half has started with the same story as the first half.
Yeah.
Where, Tokyo have been getting looks. They're just not doing anything with them.
Oh, that was a near shot by Caleb Hayden. That almost ruined my dreams. So we have Nessie over to Asagi. Nessie taking it to that back line. It's headed away again. Here's Touchette forward to Asagi. Asagi rounds Bull, goes to Soderberg, goes to Kaido. Kaido all alone in the box over to Rupp. Rupp fires, it's tipped over by Barfoot.
Corey Barfoot coming up big once again.
It's headed away. That's going to roll harmlessly out of bounds. Here is Rupp on the throw-in to Soderberg. As Tokyo now taking their time. Except they went for it there. I lied, apparently. They went for it as soon as they said they were taking their time. To Soderberg again, over to Asaki, over to Nessie. Nessie goes inside, Nessie fires, turned aside by Barfoot. Brisky going to get control of it. And we're still going.
Yeah, no time to breathe.
Yep. One day I'll have time to breathe. Today is not that day. Intercepted by Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones over to Cortez. Cortez to Papadopoulos, fires and scores! And it's 2-1 Paris. Essentially giving Paris a 2-goal lead in the aggregate.
Once again, Leonidas Papadopoulos, the last AS Paris player you want with the ball, slotting home. So you get a replay here of the potential offside. He is kept on. Yeah, good ball in by Cortez and a very calm finish by the talisman of AS Paris. And now Tokyo need two. And they have 15 minutes to get them.
Here's Kaido over to Rise. Rise going back to Nessie. Nessie going for that cross, headed by Kaido, saved again by Barfoot. And if this result holds, who is the MVP of this game?
Yeah, like I've said Tokyo. Yeah, I've said Tokyo. Good question, because Barfoot's been absolutely huge, keeping his team in a game where like I've said, Tokyo has been a little bit wasteful, but also Barfoot's just been really good.
Right, here we go. 78th minute. Tokyo needs to make something happen, and they need to make it happen soon. Here's Alistair going back to Zanetti. Back to Snooks, over to Bull. And they're just going to pass back and forth between each other, and then they find Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones, open shot in the box, saved by Rube. We're going to have ourselves a corner to be taken by Brisky. That's going to be headed away by Soderberg.
Yeah, Asper, you don't really have any interest in just parking the bus, huh?
No.
Nearly getting a third there.
They really do not.
All gas, no brakes.
There's Nessie in the box looking for Rise, but no, kicked away. As we cross into the 82nd minute, even with stoppage time, there's only probably about 10 minutes left in this game. Tokyo has to make something happen. Nessie taking it, looking for that cross, kicked off a Bull. We're going to have a corner. Here we go on the corner from Nessie. Oh, and it went wide! Oh, God.
Sums up the game for them, really.
Here's Barfoot going out to Washburn to Snooks. And oh my God, A.S. Paris knocks off Tokyo and will be going to the Cup Finals.
Yeah, but it's, you know, look at the stats. Tokyo, like, they should have had this game. It's basically what if the Montreal tie had gone wrong, where it's like they left, you know, they had that narrow lead going to the second leg. Against Montreal, you know, I feel like they left a little bit too much meat on the bone. This time, Paris, you know, made sure to gnaw off all that meat, and also made sure, you know, Bori Barfoot had the game of his life.
Yeah.
And, yeah, in a game where, you know, Tokyo was the better team, but they just didn't have the end product. And also Barfoot was really good, and also Papadopoulos took his chances. It was a perfect storm for Paris, and they make a well-deserved trip to the Cup final.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I don't know what to say.
I believe that's the first D2 team to ever make the final.
Yeah.
I believe that's the first D2 team to make the final since we instituted D1, D2.
It's wild.
As we go into the next game between Buenos Aires and Reykjavik. Same situation as the other match, where it was 1-0 to the team playing at home. Buenos Aires playing a 4-3 or 4-3-1-2. And Reykjavik playing a 4-1-4-1.
Oh, man. Thank you for giving me.
Can Reykjavik replicate what AS Paris just did?
All right, here we go. Game number 2, our final game of the day, has kicked off. As we go over to Scarpetta, to Ladiver, to Joker, who goes all the way back to Sterling. And that's actually going to be... It's not clear.
Useless side note, only one Scarpetta starting for Reykjavik. Roberto Scarpetta starts, Claudio is on the bench.
So we go over to Knight, to Brux Patron, to Tali. Tali going over to Gorkov. Gorkov takes it to the edge of the box, looks for Ask Jeeves. Remember, Ask Jeeves, the official search into the SSL, and there's Antonio Gaverno who scores! And it's 1-0 Buenos Aires.
Yeah, Buenos Aires getting on the board early. Yeah, it's just a cross in from Jeeves, causes a little bit of mayhem. Gaverno there to pick up the trash. Easy tap in there. Sterling didn't have enough time to really react to it. And that's a huge goal for Buenos Aires.
Which means we are not going to see penalties, and I am sad. But
Wank, wank.
one day I will get to cast penalties. We go over to Torres. Torres slide by Ladiver. Gorkov. Ooh, good block by Scarpetta. That's going to be a corner.
Yeah, Buenos Aires really on the front foot. You can tell they want to just end this decisively. They don't want to let Reykjavik hang around for a second.
Goodness, what a challenge by Ricky Bobby in the box. They go deep to Casual, find him. Casual trying to run into the box. A lot of orange kits around him. Goes back to Andrews. Andrews takes it right outside the box, kicks it off a man's head, and that's going to be a corner.
A lot of bodies in the box, but they just couldn't really square it up there, whether it be from a cross or even a cross but low. Yeah, centering feet.
Go for Victor, under the TCA. Out to Sterling. This is fine. Casual again. Casual looking for Oak. Finds Oak. Oak down out of the box. But not punished as the chip is a little too high.
Yeah, a little bit too much salsa there.
Oak over to Yoker. Yoker kicks it off above Katarina's face. They're going to say it's a block. I'm not sure if it was a block. It seemed intentional. But this is all cleared out. Locked up Bobby. Locked up fires. Saved by Oakdown, who falls on it. And now time in this first half starting to go by rather quickly. We're in the 30th minute. Hall on the corner. Headed. Tipped by Oakdown. We're going to have another corner. Second verse, same as the first. Here we go with Hall.
There's a defender there on that post as well.
Steve's on the throw-in. They find Gorkuff. Gorkuff fires off of Scarpetta. That's going to be a corner kick to be taken by Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves headed away by Scarpetta. They find Jeeves again in the box. Jeeves looking for Governo, but Scarpetta just kind of kicks it out, seeing what they were going for. Gets it to Casual. Casual trying around Jeeves, but can't. And Reykjavik unable to make any forward progress in the midfield.
Yeah, it's weird, especially because their second bank of four in the 4-1-4-1 is playing so high up, and I wonder if there's not just a disconnect because they only have the one defender back, but when everyone else is so far forward, that's asking a lot of that one.
Yeah,
where basically like they have to connect, and if otherwise, no one's gonna drop back.
Vandersloot, it's off the crossbar. He beats Sterling, who's off the line, but it's off the crossbar. And it stays 1-0 as we go to the half. 1-0 Buenos Aires, 2-0 on aggregate.
Yeah, Buenos Aires have a very deserved lead going into halftime. Most of everything is pretty close, but they did put away their one clear-cut chance. And Reykjavik's going to need 2 in the second half. We've seen them pour it on the road in this cup against a D1 opponent before. But now they only have 45 minutes to do it, and Buenos Aires have shown no signs of letting up. They want that spot in the final. They do not want to let Reykjavik hang around too long.
We'll see if there are any substitutions coming in for this second half. To see if there are going to be any changes of fortunes. Does not look like there are, so we'll play the same 22 as we start the second half.
One that brought you to prom.
There was something about those first 8 seconds that really bothered Oak as he immediately just challenges the ball outside to get it reset. Sometimes the half starts and you're like, something ain't right. Jeeves over to Gorkuff. Gorkuff going to Brooks Patron. Over to Knight. Going back to of Katarina. And we're just playing triangle over here. As Tolly goes deep for Jeeves. Jeeves all by this lonesome. But Andrews quickly catches up. Governo Vandersloot scores! And it's 2-0 Buenos Aires.
Yeah, and could that be the dagger from Vandersloot? Jeeves basically has his own area code out there. Then comes in, just toys with Andrews. Governo, boom, Vandersloot. No one on him. Slots it home. 2-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. Is that good night?
We have about 30 minutes left to go in this game. Here's Tolly on the 3, headed away by Andrews. Over to Lopta. Lopta dribbles just a little too hard, though. Yep. Go back to Joker. Joker decides to play it all the way back to Sterling. Yeah, it's like you said, with how far up they are, you're trusting for some really deep passes. And if they don't hit the mark, just what do you do?
Oh, what a ball!
Oh God, Vanderslav Sterling way off the line, and that's another goal for Buenos Aires.
What an absolute dime of a ball this is from Gorkov. I mean, just absolute picture perfect. Sterling comes off his line, but that is most likely good night.
Yeah. Scarpetta on the throw-in. Hall being just kept in the corner. A child who just swore to his teacher, just you don't leave the corner. We go over to Jeeves. Jeeves goes for the cross. I didn't quite see what happened there. That was... I guess someone got their hands on it. I didn't see if it hit the post or hit somebody. But... Brooks Patron.
It hit something. Jeeves is just eating up that left flank like
he really is.
Breakfast. Like, I feel like he is in space every time I see him.
McDiver. Over to Bobby, over to Lopta. Lopta going forward, looking for Oak. Oak goes wide! And that was the chance that...
Yeah, that battle of Oak versus Oak down. Nobody wins because no save.
Here's Casual! He goes wide! Oh my God!
Say they're not getting chances.
Clear chances, and they're just not able to convert them.
Sloppy.
Governo takes it to Gorkov, intercepted by Letizier. As we hit the 75-minute mark, here's Casual. And that's going to be headed over the net. We go over to Jeeves, to Governo. To Brooks Patron, to Jeeves. Jeeves intercepted, just taken by Sterling, yoinked out of the air. Here is Joker. Putting the Hall to Letizier. Letizier to Andrews. At the back line, over to Letizier again. To Hall, blocked by Vanderslav. As they go forward to Governo, and now Reykjavik has to try very hard to reset quickly. Scarpetta with the steal. We hit the final 10 minutes or so of this game. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. Here's Casual going up the line. Slide tackle by Jeeves. Oak down, falls on it.
He'll just eat some clock.
Over to Governo, to Vanderslav. Nothing doing there. And that will do it. Buenos Aires advances to the Cup final with a 4-0 aggregate over Reykjavik.
Yeah, professional performance by the Argentine squad. We have a World Cup final rematch in the SSL Cup final. France versus Argentina, Paris versus Buenos Aires. But in all seriousness, Buenos Aires, they came in, they knew they had a job to do. They executed it to perfection. Their best players stepped up today. And yeah, great win for them. And I believe this is their first final?
I believe it is. So congratulations.
Do not quote me
them.
on that, but...
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
don't quote me
agreeing
on
with
that,
you,
but
so if you're wrong, I'm also wrong.
Yeah, for any historical revisionism, please direct your complaints to Valpix number sign 6666.
But yeah, my goodness, what a what
Couple
a
of
match
games.
day. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, and now it's the question of who's going to win the final. Is AS Puri going to take it as a D2 team, or will Buenos Aires have their crowning moment, just like Messi did 6 months ago?
I don't know, but we will find out next time. If you
On
joined
Dragon
us,
Ball Z.
Yes. If you joined us today for both games, I very highly appreciate you hanging out with us. What a wild semifinal that was. We can only hope that the finals will be just as wild and crazy. And until we get to those finals, as always, I've been Zenlos.
And I've been Val.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.